overlay just a touch backwards to represent that. There is the Trailblazer coming through first. Boombot as well. Aggressive play through the showers, and Gwyn will find first blood. Wardell has to fall back.
So 4v5 straight away, and it's actually going to be the Raze gone, which is going to be a little bit more difficult for TSM's initial defense here. So you already see a rotation coming through from Cutler. This is going to be a good response, a little bit of an extra utility being placed by Kuster as well, just kind of lurking, trying to maybe peel back a few members from TSM, and that is going to be some information to confirm members are still in showers.
And then here comes the hit. Gwyn using the guiding light to free themselves forward, but did not actually get any clearance towards this quad stack box. Cutler able to find one, Wardell more, but Gen.G's able to respond in kind. We get left with a 2v2 situation. Subroza still on top of the site, and oh my goodness, however did GMT miss that shot? It will be traded back, but it comes at a pretty steep cost as Kust is down to 18 HP for a 1v1. Spike still currently down, but a spy cam is there to help him work this maybe a little bit more freely, and that should result in an opportunity for him to potentially get this spike planted. Just comes down to Hazed's timing, and now that plant does come through. Hazed lurking forward, he knows exactly where this play is, gets the spy cam deleted, even 1v1. No armor for Hazed. The headshot would do it, and Kusta finds it on and 2 on this map since we've started the Valorant Champions Tour. It's been a stronger defensive side, though, for TSM as they do get a bit more aggressive, trying to challenge over through showers. Sean tried to dive on in, and this broke down quickly. You also have Drone, who made the play to the teleporter to assist if necessary, but that would not be required, and now Gen.G find themselves in a 2v5.
TSM get the full heal up here as well, so everyone's going to be pretty healthy. It's going to come down to just the 2 more members. Maybe they can find a bit of a timing. Even through the wall, that's not too bad in terms of damage. Gimon finds Wardell. Spike is technically down. I don't know how much extra damage Gen.G can do here. Just Kusa with the Spectre. He's been surrounded as well. Knows he's in a lot of trouble. And TSM don't even have to really do too much here. They can just play for the time if they want to. It's Gen.G they need to somehow recover the spike and do something. And Kusta, I mean, 50 seconds of just checking cameras and trying to spam into this wall.
Hoping, praying, seeing if the Valorant gods will favor him with the timing somewhere. And Kusta will be able to collect the spike, actually exchange his Spectres for one that actually had less ammunition than the one he was holding. And then here is the peak, but Kusta, not bad, does find one more elimination. So in front of this kind of APC that's right here on top of the A site. That will not be the defensive setup this time. It's a little bit of aggression from TSM trying to get control of this ultimate orb by B long. And while the Seekers come through, here comes Win. He does have the Blade Storm. Round is not able to find Hazed, who locks down the site with 2. And that will put a very steep stall to Gen.G on this attempt. They're going to have to try to be a little bit more controlled. And, well, they actually control themselves by standing on top of one another as Drone is able to line up a collide and a flux dark cover, keeping him safe for the time being. In the timing of when this dissipates, can he find an elimination? Sure does, and is able to tailwind away. Wardell trying to keep his life. Paranoia just to try to see if they can find an elimination. Wynn's gonna go forward, able to find the trade, and he gets a second. Are you kidding? This keeps the Gen.G offense alive. Just comes down to, can they successfully fully clear out Subroza, who has been eluding all of this Gen.G offense until he finally gets caught up by the neural theft, and that will be the end of him. And now TSM with the Seekers looking to retake into 2v4.
And thankfully for that neural theft as well, otherwise Gen.G would have a little bit more issues to deal with. Still a couple of ultimates available for TSM. Seekers are gone, locked down now. Potentially you're going to be initiated. Counter Seekers to be flown in as well. That's pretty quick coming through from the side of Mikhail, who I think might even be his second Seekers so far. 2 versus 3 definitely still doable, especially with GMD down.
The lockdown will be in play. Gen.G has to make a move. Mikhail finds one, goes to 1v1, and Mikhail takes it! Eliminates TSM off the bat, and that will be good enough.
This could be potentially pretty tough for Gen.G as Seekers do roll out.
Seekers start cover. There goes the tailwind, and Finn nearly comes up empty with the Blaze Storm, but does find one, instantly traded. Subroza, can he be tested? He's found himself a double thus far and has kept his life. Wardell trying to keep him safe just beyond the quad box. And so far, that actually puts Gen.G in a bit of a corner. Mikhail is considering the plant, but as he wide swings, we'll find a couple more kills, and that will be a much more secured plant in the mix for Gen.G. 2v3 in the retake. Seekers are out immediately. Cutler trying to get some information, but Hazed has to deal with a tracking dart. Now point of contact on the outer. Cutler good for 1. Kusta responds, and Kusta gets 2 at the end. A dicey take.
A little bit of early aggression down. Short seeks nothing for now, but they have no information towards showers. So let's see what Gen.G can do with this type of information. Contact should be found pretty quickly onto market. It's Jet on Jet, and Wardell wins the 1v1.
I mean, talk about clutch timing. Wardell lingering near Spices. It's the sentry turret that makes him heads up. But Sean, speaking of heads, able to find himself the first headshot to keep things in a 4v4. Gamond is also here to try to assist on this hold. And as we get a little dicey, goodness gracious. Thought for a second Sean got both with the snapper, but it's Gamond for one. And we've got ourselves a 4v2 early. Kusta able to make it now just down to one. Good luck, have fun if you're Cutler. Not going to get anything. The first one forward on this execute through mid. And there's only one player here defensively. It's only Kusta who's here. The spy cam will reveal. Does get flashed for a moment, just trying to play his life inside of lamps. Gets the first point of contact, takes down Cutler. He able to find Wardell from the side, +4. Are you kidding me? Kusta for 3. Sean eventually gets there for the showstopper, and it's left the drone for a 1v2. He's going to try to quickly rotate through the teleporter and get this spike planted, but there are players around him on both sides. He will get there just in the nick of time. It just comes down to, can he get to a position to allow him to actually successfully play this post plant? First point of contact out of the kill, reads it, but the problem is you've got Win from behind, and Gen.G, oh my goodness. You got to give some credit, maybe a little bit of a raise to Kusta for that hold.
I mean, Kusta's had some incredible moments so far on this map. You have to look over towards the attacking side as well. How many, 1v1s, how many clutch situations where it came down to very small numbers. You actually had Kusta kind of win here. He's like solo over towards A. Remember, we were waiting for timings with TSM. Subroza already looking forward from the shadows. Goes all the way towards Link and confirms it.
So now it's just down to, can Gen.G respond to this? No, Subroza good for first point of contact. And so now TSM have made their way on Kusta. How heroic can you be here? Nanoswarm was sent out, not going to find anything. He's going to allow the spike to be planted, wait for a bit of help. Delayed peek, finds one elimination, not going to get the second as Subroza doubles down. And now you look at Gen.G with Sean on the long wrapping flank. But TSM also have Cutler who have cleared out showers. 3v4, showstopper still in play if required for TSM. Mikhail has made his way on. Win trying to clear angles with the operator. Cloudburst will try to keep denial of a line of sight out of showers, and Sean's pinch is successful. Finds the first. Time becoming a bit of a problem, or is it? Just down to Cutler. Finds one. Needs to get the second and does. 1v1 situation. Gets the shoulder peek and now plays the clock accordingly. Doesn't even need to. Cutler for 3.
As now Gen.G rotate. One more extra coming through from Hwin and hoping they can at least have a bit of a defense going with 3.
It does avoid the guiding light, misses the one tap. Second challenger was Gamond, third challenger Hwin. Only one of them going to find an elimination and wins down to just 65 HP. Would have to catch some brilliant timing here if he wants to try to even the odds, at least as far as the numbers are concerned. Subroza locking things up through lamps, finds the shoulder, finds the headshot. TSM's hopes down, or pardon me, up to a 4v1 situation. It's Gen.G that's down to the solo player, and Mikhail, as he tries to come out of the dirt cover, will be dealt with. So through everything else so far, including that TSM thrifty that put us to 8-8. So now as TSM start to make their play through A mid, Kusta has been paranoid. Guiding light will also blind him up. Drone for first blood. Hazed dropping the lockdown and the take of the A site. Should be successful off this win. Thinking about it, will take the peak. That's the spike carrier down. And an opportunity here for Gen.G to potentially start to fight this one back in a 4v4.
Subroza has a potential timing here. There's no way. Yeah, Hwin doesn't know. Hwin is not going to check that angle either. Scoped in to look over towards showers. Going to confirm that no one else is in showers now either. 3 versus 4. At least a showstopper is available, but not if the pick comes through. Sean's down. That's the only big ultimate Gen.G had. Gone 4 versus 1, and this is at TSM. Are going to take map number 1. There is no way Gimon does any more here. Subroza shuts it down. 3 kills, and by far.
Mid, Mikhail going to be tested through tree. Paranoia will push him back, but he also threw out a shock dart, which does keep TSM a bit more honest through tree. And now the hit, or is it? GMD from the corner inside the site finds 2 beautiful headshots, and now TSM getting pinched up from behind. Gen.G flawless thus far, and it just comes down to Hazed for what would have to be a 1v5.
You can tell that Gen.G weren't that concerned about towards B as well. Again, they had double members to cover the tracks. As TSM are starting to move over towards the A side of things. Hwin is watching this one. Could be a 1-tap and a dash out. Shot could be pretty big as well. Shot gets massive damage.
Not just onto one, but onto 2 different players now put into the yellow. TSM have not fully committed yet, but the Bladestorm has been earned by getting 2 of those ultimate orbs. Now the battle will start to ensue. Hwin really wants to hold on to this. Drone able to find not just 1, but 2 of his own. Up top from Wardell! Able to find the headshot on the double updraft play. So Gen.G's in a 2v3 situation. Sean, do you want to Empress is the real question. Will be the first one forward to try to contest any post-plant setup, and he does find one. Gets the dismiss. Cutler's only on 27 HP, but he's worked his way underneath and has been completely concealed in the effort. Wardell still holding long, is no longer just on a blade storm. He's got a vandal to work with. Nobody checks Cutler. Wardell watching over the top.
It's been pretty unfortunate from Gen.G so far. They've really struggled there. Empress has been held on to for a couple rounds in a row. So we talked about potential timing for Sean. Timing's gone for Sean now as they try and rush their way through A main and get destroyed by Drone.
Easy peasy, no problems for Drone. Yep. Clean it up, put it away. Go to round number 7, tied 3 apiece through the middle of the map where TSM, to be fair, are pretty stacked. Dark cover will allow the swing. Kusta's able to read one rifle. Paranoia comes out. There's the challenge. Hunter's Fury also going to be committed for this. Win will take a bit of friendly fire, but at the end of it all, Gen.G walk away with first blood, and they denied the spike planter for now. Subroza will collect the spike, but he's kind of stuck at the moment, and we'll have to use the teleport onto the site. Operator be operator. Now to the blade storm. Now it's a knife fight between both. Oh boy, it's going back and forth. What weapon do you want? Respect the 1v1, please. Cloudburst being exchanged. Win misses the right click. Has to try to get a quick scope, and oh my goodness. Dancing with the devil were both of our Jet players, but it will be TSM who gain control of the B site with a 2v2 to play.
Yeah, dancing with maybe 2 left feet there. How do you miss that right click? Oh, that really hurts. That could have been such a massive play from Win. And Gen.G, they could have had a 3v1 in the situation. I mean, thankfully for there, Gimon picks up an extra. Subroza now 1 versus 2. Gen.G, I mean, a double peek will do it. There's not a lot of health. Subroza's on 63, so as long as they don't line up, I mean, this should be it. Lea's going to come through. Subroza tucking in very close to the boxes now. And as long as there's no timing or lineup again, it should be a trade. It won't even be required. Sean will just get the swing and the kill. And into the defuse as well. And deliver that one over to Gimon for an extra ult charge. And for Gen.G, 5 and 3 now. Hilarity ensues. Lockdown from previous runs as well. So really, I think Gen.G have the ultimates required to get this round underway. Here comes it. Hunter's Fury, which I don't know that's going to find too much, but TSM Wardell's going to get that opening kill, so it's a 1-for-1 so far, and Gen.G are going to use this from the shadows to confirm Gimon to the backside. Yeah, it was kind of a delayed call on do we want to use the Hunter's Fury. You saw the recon bolt was able to recover onto 2 players inside the boathouse, but just a small hesitation, not really allowing the Hunter's Fury to find any kills, but it does create enough space to, like you mentioned, go 4-4. Subroza still mid-map in this owl drone. If it scouts, it could be really bad. He's stuck in a corner at the moment, has to try to use his Strat to get away, and boy does he. The dirt cover was there, but Wen's able to find the elimination. But TSM still bounce back, and they have rotated through the middle of the map and have made their way onto A successfully without contest. And that's the thing, right? Because Gen.G really heavily rotated over towards B. Again, Gimon used it from the shadows there, leaving Mikhail by himself, and between a rock and a hard place, stuck over towards 3 players coming from both sides. Cutler's going to see that the retake is going to be mainly heaven-based. Glass as well. Again, this will be a good time for the Empress to come on through. Gen.G need to try and squeeze through 2 last rounds. Last 2 rounds for both teams is going to be a full commit. No one's going to be saving. No one's going to be letting this one go. Here comes the Paranoia. Here comes the retake. And once again, Wardell over the top. The updraft peak, +1 on the low ground, looking for the full ace. He gets the right click. Wardell for 5, and TSM. Or even vice versa. So there were winnable rounds for Gen.G for sure. This could have definitely gone 6-6 minimum, if not be 7-5 in favor of Gen.G. Want to see what they can pull it together for this opening pistol now. Drone with the opportunity for a big flash, and he'll get it. Oh, and the simultaneous peek from Cubby, but well responded to as Gen.G. A beautiful recovery. As they come on top of the trades, Hazed is still lingering just in case someone wants to rotate a crossover towards A, but that will not be the case. So now TSM will have to retake the B site in the 2v3. Gen.G not fully committing as of yet. Hazed is considering this cloudburst, but as he waits, it'll dissipate. He's going to find 1 kill for free. Gen.G not even paying attention to mid-market whatsoever. We've got ourselves a 2v2. Yeah, but Huin's on 3 here. Would have to find an excellent timing if 1 shot lands. And oh my goodness, speaking of 1 shot there, that was brilliant from Huin. Dashes away as well. Now Cutler's got it all to do. 59 as well. And Kusta finding the headshot. Yeah, it's too easy. I mean, this is very similar to what we saw TSM do earlier in the other half as well. Just wait to see if the defending team is going to do something aggressive, especially with not the best equipment. Here comes the lockdown that we've been waiting for as well. And that's just going to give them the free sight. No one from TSM can really challenge this one. Wardell's going to look for an entry. He's actually got a decent angle to play with here. He's inside the smoke as well, which is great. And Subroza has a kill.
Run it back for Drone. Not going to find anything, but Subroza, like you mentioned, does find the first kill. One knife available for Wardell. Really flirting with disaster there. Does get taken down. Does go 1 for 1 overall. Win able to take down Drone after where he had initially triggered his run it back. Hazed is still up top. Potential for him to maybe sneak a kill on the planter, but the spike does get down successfully. Will that be win conditioned enough for Gen.G? Still yet to be determined as Hazed finds another kill on the way in. A lockdown could be used defensively here. Win would be trapped underneath Hell if that is the commitment. As they make their way forward, Cutler is able to find Win, and now it's just down to Kusta. And he won't even get the better of Cutler. Goodness, he locked down the angle. Nanostorm will fade, and Cutler will get the defusal. TSM back up on top 9-8.
Yeah, they get the kills required there. Pretty massive coming on through from these last two players alive. The opportunity for the lockdown, didn't end up using it.
TSM know that Gen.G are going to want to try to play aggressive. Maybe catch TSM off guard. Drone comes right through. Wardell in a bit of trouble, trying to spam. Has Subroza there for a bit of help. Wardell now a bit stuck, or is he? Paranoia comes through. He's able to find one. Spamming to the dirt cover. Subroza finds a second. And now it's just down to one last player on this hit, which Kusta does successfully take the win. So this is still a doable 2v3, especially if Cutler cannot find a way to contest Win playing deep by A.
They need another kill, and Drone's here to receive as well. He receives a bullet to the head. Holy Kusta. What a great shot, and that's the hand-me-down hero rifle from GEN.G as well. The only gun they brought into this round that's now in the hands of Kusta, and Huyn's going to pick up a freebie as well on the ground. A 2v2 is a lot more workable. There is still an ultimate available. Cutler would have to find a bit of a timing through glass. It's all 4 members surviving, all holed up around tree and also glass, and I don't think either team realizes just how close everyone is.
Well, this is interesting. Left. TSM seem to be kind of negotiating off the fact that we'll just play a retake here. You saw the Aldrin was still available. Shock Dart and Recon both, of course, are charged up as well. So a lot of tools to play with. And TSM are just holding and guarding. They see the information, but Kusta gets his 3rd elimination. Knows the 4th player was nearby, has a lockdown if he needs it. Hunter's Fury's going to come out trying to stall for as long as humanly possible. Can he find the connection? When this dissipates and he sees nothing, Gen.G have gotten into mid-market. The door will be broken. Wardell's making sure no reinforcements can cross. Drone is the one responsible, though, for making sure that B stays safe, and boy, has he. Finds first blood. Hot Hands also in the mix. Cutler trying to work this with him, but not even going to be required. Wardell from the backside of the defensive spawn, able to use the Blade Storm for another elimination. We've got a 4v2. Make it down to just a 1v4. Last player left is Win. Sees one. ADS taps are good. Still has some room to work with. No spike in hand. Still lingering over towards the defensive spawn alley. But timing here could still be good for him. Depends on how he clears this.
Will be traded.
Should be traded. There's the first. Tailwinds away. Still an opportunity here with 20 seconds to go. The problem is that Hazed knows that the spike is down to the defensive spawn and there are no cloud bursts available for Win. So you'd have to win one more full-fledged kill. Gets the spike into hand. Tries to bait out the peak. And he finds the shoulder, but no Drone! Locks the shots down, and TSM